ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula maintains that former President Jacob Zuma's suspension was in line with the party's constitution. He would also not be drawn into addressing allegations that Pretoria was funded by Iran for its genocidal intent case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo has more.
ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula says whether or not a former President Jacob Zuma responds to the correspondence which communicated his suspension, the decision still stands and is premised on the constitution of the organization.
We have not checked the correspondence yet. It is possible that there is a response. It is equally possible that there may be no response at all. Whether there is a response or no, there is a response or no response, the ANC, in terms of its statute, guided by the Constitution, in terms of what it has followed, in terms of the resolution of the NEC, it stands.
Mbalula was probed on the step-aside guidelines, which call for an ANC member who's accused of wrongdoing in a court of law to step aside from whatever position, both in the government or within the organization, in order to protect the integrity of the party. This comes after questions were raised about former eThekwini mayor and current chairperson Zandile Gumede, who was affected by the rule, was seen campaigning in recent times. The ANC Secretary General says the guidelines are under review, especially on issues around what needs to be done if a member is charged but holds no position in the party or in the government.
The step-aside has not changed. We have tabled the guidelines on step-aside as adopted by the previous NEC, and they are upheld by the current NEC as the guidelines that guide us on the step-aside rule. Members of the ANC who are on the step-aside and are doing work for the ANC in different forms and across the country and all of that, it is upon them, and at the same time working with the structures to avail themselves to do the work of the organization.
Mbalula has slammed rumors that the ANC received money from Iran to assist with funding the South African government's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice.
If there is a country or a diplomat or anybody who accuses us of having received money from Iran, who is that person today? We will expect such accusations to come from the Zionist state of Israel, because they are hurt by the stance we have taken, which is a stance in solidarity with the Palestinians and calling on them to stop the genocide. So they vow to do everything in their power to vandalize, maim, and at the same time deal with the South African government. Through the rabbis, very backward people, fascist sentiment has emerged from those cycles. But it is not clear where does this come from.
The ANC says the terms of reference of the Integrity Commission were also adopted, but Mbalula was vague on whether the body will now have enforcement powers, which has been the challenge faced by the party, where some of their reports have been ignored. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo at Luthuli House in Johannesburg.